We heard from Angel Reese today, and we heard from Tyler Marsh. Tyler Marsh, folks, let's send our best wishes to Tyler Marsh. He's about to be called every name under the book. Sellout, Uncle Tom. They didn't even think, they didn't have the forethought to even say, this is what our story is going to be, and we need to stick to it. This is what our alibi is going to be, and we need to stick to it.
The WNBA just launched an investigation into racist comments based on the flimsiest evidence imaginable. What Chicago Sky's own coach Tyler Marsh revealed about what he did, or didn't, here during the game is absolutely stunning. Did Chicago Sky coach Tyler Marsh just blow the lid off this entire WNBA controversy?
There was actually something newsworthy said today in regards to the alleged hateful fan comments made toward Angel Reese during the Fever and Sky game on Saturday, because the Sky actually gathered for practice today and they spoke, and both the coach and Reese spoke.
In a statement that's sending shockwaves through basketball circles, Marsh admitted something that is directly calling out Angel Reese's lies. So why is the WNBA launching this based solely on social media chatter with zero video or audio evidence? Instead of talking about the incredible game, we're discussing an incident that seems to be built on nothing but social media rumors. So what exactly did Marsh have to say? And what did Reese post on her social media that directly contradicts the victim image she is portraying? If you stand with Indiana, comment "I've got the fever" down below. Let's go.
The more notable comments came from Tyler Marsh, the head coach of the Chicago Sky. Here is what he said without further ado, which is probably the biggest bit of information, actual information we've gotten since this whole can of worms was opened, other than the actual statement.
Coach Tyler Marsh just blew up the entire WNBA investigation with 6 simple words. "I heard when everyone else did." That was his direct response when asked when he became aware of the alleged comments during the Fever Sky game. Think about what that means. The head coach of the Chicago Sky, who was on the sidelines the entire game, only learned about these untoward comments at the same time as everyone scrolling through Twitter. Marsh went on to say, "I think it's something that we heard about, and so we're just forthcoming with anything that the league is able to do, investigation-wise."
Talk about investigation with your team is with an investigation. Yeah, I think we agree. I think we're, in compliance with them, with the league, and obviously there's no room or space in our game for hate. So we're complying with everything that's going on.
Coach, when did you become aware that there was hate speech that happened?
I think when everyone else did. I think that it's something that we heard about, and so again, we're just forthcoming with anything that the league is able to do investigation-wise.
The Sky organization didn't witness anything during the game. They're responding to the same social media posts we all saw. Not one player mentioned it during the game, not in timeouts, not during substitutions.
Just a quick follow-up on it. Just because you coached in Indiana, did you ever have any issues with that while you were coaching there?
I think my focus was always on the team and on the organization and doing my job as best as I could. And so, that's kind of what it is.
Were you learning this throughout the game or just at that moment?
Oh, I was concentrated on our team and what we were doing game plan-wise against Indiana. So.
Yet the WNBA launched a full investigation anyway. Their statement reads, "The WNBA strongly condemns racism, hate, and discrimination in all forms. They have no place in our league or in society. We are aware of the allegations and are looking into the matter." Notice what's missing? Any mention of actual evidence. This game was nationally televised with multiple camera angles capturing every moment. Courtside mics picked up squeaking shoes, player chatter, and coach instructions, but somehow missed multiple disparaging comments supposedly shouted from the stands. Not a single reporter sitting courtside heard anything. No fans posted videos of these comments. No one complained to security during the game.
But the telling admission is, we found out, or I found out when everyone else did. When did you become aware? When everyone else did. What does that indicate? That the Sky did not know or did not hear anything in real time or see anything in real time. So that makes the Sky, that makes the Fever, that makes me, that makes everyone I talked to who was in the arena, everyone else who has spoken from the arena.
You're telling me that in 2024, in an arena full of smartphones, not one person captured evidence of these comments? The broadcast team didn't mention it. The commentators didn't address it. The in-arena announcer never warned fans about inappropriate behavior. Security wasn't alerted to remove anyone. So what exactly is the WNBA investigating?
That makes no cameras, no cell phones. So far, no nothing to substantiate the alleged hateful fan comments or fan misconduct or however you want to label it, which makes me question mightily what the investigation is based on. And I would love to hear on the record what the investigation is based on, because based on all the information we have, the leading theory has to be it's based on the social media nonsense.
Who benefits from these allegations? The question answers itself when you look at the scoreboard. Indiana 93, Chicago 58. The Sky got absolutely embarrassed on their home court, and Angel Reese got completely outplayed. The WNBA took social media rumors and granted them the legitimacy of an official investigation without a single person at the game corroborating these claims. That's not just irresponsible, it's downright suspicious. So what actually happened during those 40 minutes of basketball while these phantom comments were supposedly being shouted? Let's look at what the cameras did capture.
There was another post from an account that I think now went private or deactivated that alleged things were said to Reese, but no even proof that that person was there or not, whether they were there or not, whether they saw or heard anything or not, nothing to back it up. And if that is indeed the case, it's embarrassing. It is embarrassing. It really, really now seems like this is based on social media, and that the social media stuff was based on Sky fans online who couldn't handle getting the belt to the ass, who couldn't handle the beating that the Indiana Fever put out on the Sky there.
The entire narrative falls apart when you actually watch what happened on the court. With 4:38 left in the third quarter, Caitlin Clark was called for a flagrant 1 foul on Angel Reese. The replay shows Clark making contact with Reese's arm while attempting to defend, causing Reese to fall. A physical play? Yes. Worthy of a flagrant? Debatable. But that's basketball. What happened next is telling. Reese immediately jumped up and confronted Clark. Not the stands, not the fans. She went straight for Clark. If Reese had heard offensive comments at that moment, wouldn't her attention have turned toward the crowd? Instead, her focus was 100% on Clark. Aaliyah Boston quickly stepped between them, earning herself a technical foul while trying to protect her teammate. Reese also received a technical for her reaction.
After watching Caitlin Clark's flagrant foul on Angel Reese and the aftermath, there is no way Angel Reese can continue the lie that she doesn't dislike Caitlin Clark. I know what hatred looks like. Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. Not some basketball rivalry hate.
During this entire exchange, not once did any player point to the stands, alert officials about fan behavior, or show any reaction to comments from the crowd. The coaches didn't approach the referees about fan conduct. The officials didn't warn the crowd or call for security. Everyone's attention remained fixed on the on-court action. The body language tells the whole story. Reese was angry about the physical play, not external factors. The reactions of all players involved, Clark, Reese, Boston, teammates, coaches, were entirely consistent with a normal basketball confrontation. Not a single gesture or reaction indicated anyone heard inappropriate comments from the stands.
And there is a lot of history there with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. You guys remember last year when Angel Reese celebrated Kennedy Carter getting that flagrant foul on the hip check against Caitlin Clark? You remember that? On the sideline, just, yeah, baby, get her, you get her.
Meanwhile, the Fever were absolutely dismantling the Sky, eventually winning 93-58. The 35-point blowout was utterly embarrassing for Chicago on their home court. The Sky were frustrated, outplayed, and outclassed in every aspect of the game. When teams get blown out this badly, tensions rise. Players get irritated. Small incidents become bigger. It's human nature. The Sky were getting humiliated in front of their home fans, and that frustration manifested in the Clark-Reese confrontation.
After the foul that Caitlin Clark put on Angel Reese tried to hit her. But if it wasn't for Aaliyah Boston putting her arms in the way, Angel Reese would not be playing basketball anymore because she was going to sucker punch Caitlin Clark.
So why would Angel Reese and the Sky focus on alleged fan behavior instead of addressing their poor performance? The answer is painfully obvious. It's much easier to claim victim status than admit you got thoroughly outplayed by your biggest rival. The incident we all witnessed was nothing more than competitive basketball. Two fierce competitors got physical, tempers flared, technicals were issued, and the game continued. What's strange is how quickly the narrative changed after the final buzzer. The post-game responses tell an entirely different story than what the cameras captured during those 40 minutes of basketball. When the final buzzer sounded, two very different stories emerged. Angel Reese took to social media first, resharing a TikTok that featured multiple photos of herself alongside an image of Clark after the flagrant foul. The caption? "White gal running from the fade. Street slang for someone avoiding a fight." This wasn't just adding fuel to the fire, it was dousing the flames with gasoline.
Oh, Tyler Marsh is about to get run out of Chicago. First things first, let's hear what Angel Reese has to say. Let's hear Angel Reese. And if you guys pay attention, listen to her voice and listen to how she's on the edge of breaking down. Very funny.
Hate speech.
Yeah, obviously there's no place in this league for that. I think the WNBA.
Let's also watch the nervous body language, the nervous twitching. Yeah.
Our team and our organization has done a great job supporting me. I've had communication from everyone, from so many people across this league, and being able to support me and going through this whole process. Obviously, it could happen to me, it could happen to anyone, and I think they've done a great job supporting us in this.
How did it affect you Saturday, trying to do your job, trying to play, and having this going on simultaneously?
Yeah, obviously it's tough, but I think I have a great support system. I'm loved by so many people, and obviously in the moment it's hard to hear, but my support system is great.
Meanwhile, in a recent interview, Reese played the victim card perfectly. "Obviously, it's tough, but I think I have a great support system. I'm loved by so many people, and obviously, in the moment, it is hard to hear." Notice how she immediately positioned herself as the wounded party, despite zero evidence of any actual comments during the actual game.
What do you think the league's response, just coming out right away and getting that investigation going?
Yeah, obviously, like I said, they understand that this is the priority. Obviously, there's no place for this, and they preach. I think 2 days before they put out no hate, no speech. And obviously, the women in this league, they know that, and know there's no space for that. And I believe that every player in this league deserves to be treated with respect and want to come to work and just have fun and have a great environment to work at. So I think they've done a great job putting that out, and we're obviously just going to respond as they need to.
Were you able to?
Damn, I really wish Angel Reese would talk and step up about all of her fans calling people all these nasty names. Oh, how being silent is such a blessing. Such a blessing it is to be silent and have nobody being critical of you.
Contrast this with Caitlin Clark's measured response. When asked about the allegations, Clark simply stated, "There's no place for that in our game. There's no place for that in society." She added that she didn't personally hear any hateful comments from fans, but trusted the league's investigation. No drama, no victimhood, just professionalism.
And like Caitlin said, she answered it perfectly. She said, "I didn't hear her say anything, but that doesn't mean anything happened." But now, when you have Caitlin saying that and Bree Turner saying what she said, which implied she didn't hear her say anything, and Stephanie White saying what she said, which implied she didn't hear her say anything, and Tyler Marsh saying he found out when everyone else did, and myself, and no one, who was courtside, no cameras, no video, no nothing. What else are you supposed to think? Especially when the entire thing is vague. Especially when the line of questioning to Angel Reese is vague.
This isn't the first time Reese has manufactured controversy after getting outplayed by Clark. Remember the national championship game where Reese mocked Clark with the "you can't see me" gesture? Or the pointing to her finger indicating where her championship ring would be. Each time Clark outshines her, Reese finds a way to shift the narrative.
No one in those first few questions asked Angel what she saw or heard. Now, according to James Boyd of The Athletic, he said that she was later asked, "Were you able to give the WNBA details of where the general vicinity was? You heard stuff." And she said, "That's not a me question," meaning it wasn't for her. Then later somebody asked, "What would you like the league to do with those fans?" And Sky PR interrupted, saying she already answered that.
While the Sky circled the wagons, the Indiana Fever organization stood firmly behind Clark while still condemning any form of hatred or disrespect. They let their basketball do the talking. And that 35-point beatdown spoke volumes. What's truly disappointing is how this manufactured controversy overshadowed a historic moment for women's basketball. The game drew 2.7 million viewers, the most watched WNBA regular season game in 25 years. Instead of celebrating this milestone, we're discussing unsubstantiated claims that conveniently distract from Reese's underwhelming performance.
But I really wish she would, first someone would ask her, and then, I think when she said it's hard to hear, meaning it's hard to hear as like you don't like to hear, or you couldn't actually hear. Just the whole vague aspect of it, and just kind of everybody just going along with it. When I don't know if there's anything to actually go along with.
The pattern is crystal clear. When Angel Reese gets outplayed on the court, she creates controversy off it. While Clark focuses on improving her game, Reese focuses on improving her victim narrative. One rises above the noise, the other creates it. And the reactions from their respective fan bases reflect these drastically different approaches. So who's actually creating the hostile environment in women's basketball? Just take a quick scan through social media after this game. Reese's supporters immediately attacked not just Clark, but her entire fan base with sweeping accusations, with zero evidence. Search for yourself and you'll find hundreds of tweets calling Clark fans untoward names and claiming Clark needs to leave the WNBA. All over an incident nobody at the game actually witnessed.
But right now, it is not a good look. It is certainly not a good look. Especially after the season just started and you get record ratings. You get record ratings. Caitlin Clark's back, playing awesome basketball, gets a triple-double. Fever looked great. And somehow, it appears a couple of Twitter trolls have completely dictated the coverage of the WNBA.
The WNBA's No Space for Hate initiative is being weaponized as a shield against any criticism of Reese. Say anything negative about her game, you're labeled a hater. Question these allegations, you're being derogatory. It's a perfect way to shut down legitimate basketball discussion when your favorite player shoots 4 for 16 in a 35-point blowout loss. Angel Reese has built her brand on controversy. From the championship game antics to her constant social media feuds, she's perfected the art of staying relevant through conflict. Every time Clark outshines her on the court, a new off-court drama mysteriously emerges. Meanwhile, Clark just keeps making history on the hardwood.
Hey, Angel, how is it like dealing with the environment of people calling you all those names? Oh, if it can happen to me, it can happen to anyone. Oh, Angel, how did it feel? How did you push through that? Oh, well, obviously it's hard to hear. Wait, did it happen to you or did you not hear anything happen to you? That's very interesting.
While everyone's arguing about unsubstantiated claims, we're ignoring the absolute clinic the Fever put on. Lexi Hull dropped 9 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 steals. Aaliyah Boston dominated with 19 points and 13 rebounds. Kelsey Mitchell and Natasha Howard both poured in 15 points. DeWanna Bonner became third in all-time scoring in history. The entire Indiana team shot 47% from the field, while holding Chicago to just 29% shooting. That's the real story here.
Angel Reese. Angel Reese, the WNBA came out and got ahead of any type of wrongdoing and are starting their own investigation. Can you please tell us what was said? Angel, can you please tell us what the fans said to you? Angel, can you please tell us what you heard when you were sitting at the check-in table? Angel, when you were acting like a complete unhinged lunatic, can you please tell us what the families of 4 were screaming at you from the stands? Oh, that's very interesting. I'm going to assume that this is a whole entire hoax. Is it not, Angel? Angel, do you think the WNBA is the most unserious basketball league in the history of the world? Next question. Oh, okay.
The numbers don't lie. The Fever out-rebounded the Sky 46-42. They had 27 assists to Chicago's 14. They had 13 steals and forced 17 Sky turnovers. In every single aspect of basketball, Indiana absolutely demolished Chicago. But instead of discussing this dominant performance, we're debating social media screenshots. Is the WNBA allowing itself to be manipulated? This controversy generated the most watched regular season game in 25 years with 2.7 million viewers. Drama sells, and unfounded allegations create plenty of it. While Reese's supporters fire off baseless accusations on Twitter, the Fever players are simply winning basketball games.
58 points. 30 whatever point win. You know, embarrassing. They got embarrassed, and now this reaction is embarrassing. I almost can't believe it's real.
The WNBA has launched an entire investigation based on nothing but tweets. The Sky coach himself admitted he only heard about these allegations after the game ended, along with everyone else scrolling social media. That's not evidence, that's gossip. What actually happened? The Fever dominated the Sky in a 35-point blowout. Clark and her teammates played with skill and class while Reese and the Sky got thoroughly outplayed. As we look toward 2025, fans should celebrate the incredible basketball rather than manufactured drama. The Fever showed what winning with dignity looks like. Meanwhile, Angel Reese showed what losing without accountability looks like. If you stand with Indiana, comment, "I've got the Fever" down below. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out. Click the video on the screen, and we will see you in the next one.